Hey guys, welcome back. I don't know
Hello.
what that face was I just pulled, but
Back.
yes, welcome back to another episode of Crime, Cocktails, and BS. Woo!
Woo!
Can you believe it is December?
No,
I am
no.
shooketh.
The last 2 years have just zipped on by.
What do you mean 2 years?
Just the last 2 years. It's like that. I don't know. After
I was
COVID.
just gonna say like the past, I don't know, month has flown by, but yeah, 2 years. Let's go with
I
that.
feel like
Yes, 2 years of life
the
has
last
just
2 years
flown
has just been
by.
speeding up, and like all of a sudden, like it's the new year, and then all of a sudden it's December.
That's
What?
true. Yes. And we're recording on the Lord's Day,
On the
which
Lord's
is
Day.
Britney Spears' birthday, December 2nd.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
How do you not
Brittany?
know?
I don't know. I'm out of the loop, I guess. I'm not
Britney
enough of a
Spears.
Britney fan. We love her. We love her.
I have threatened to end this podcast before.
I love Britney. I just didn't know her birthday. So I'm not
December
on the
2nd.
level of you.
She is a Sagittarius, just like me.
Oh,
Yes.
that's amazing.
Love her. Love,
Wait,
love,
your
love.
birthday is coming up too.
Yes, the daunting day is coming.
What is it? When I'm trying to look at my calendar. I'm so bad at dates. When's your birthday?
The 11th.
The 11th. That's so soon.
You are June 26th.
Oh my God, you're such a good friend.
Well, it's because my dad's is the 24th. Actually, my dad, my mom, and my sister are all in June. So
there are lots of June babies.
so many June babies.
Which means we are conceived.
Don't play that game. Nuh-uh. Nope. Mm-mm. Nope. Uh-uh. Nope.
No. Nope.
My
Don't
parents
need to do that.
never touched.
Nope. Never.
Nope. Never.
Yuck.
Nope. Maybe other parents did. Mine did not. They never were in the same room. They have been happily divorced. That is the game we play. All right.
I've been watching The Golden Bachelor. I've never been a Bachelor fan, but I've been watching this one because it's like old people and it's really funny. And they're kinky old people. Like,
really?
Yeah, and I'm kind of cringing because I'm like, oh.
It's over now, though. He's like engaged to one of them, right? I saw the picture and they're like,
I'm
we're
not
going to
happy with this
televise our.
choice.
Oh.
This whole time we've been watching, I've just been telling Dane he's a serial killer.
Have you Googled him yet? Have you done any research?
I have. There's a lot of drama coming out about him.
We
and
love
his
the
dating
drama.
history and like how he dumped women because they gained weight and like
I saw that. So I saw that he said that he didn't date after
but did
his wife die or he got divorced
cancer.
or something. And he said he didn't date for the 10 years, but it turned out he actually did, but he dumped the woman because she gained 10 pounds or something.
Yeah, who knows what's
naughty,
true.
Naughty.
He seems really nice, but I don't know. The Bachelor's so like fabricated and fake.
It's The Bachelor.
Yeah, it creeps me out.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
I can't believe you got back into it.
It's just this season. And then Bachelor in Paradise is pretty entertaining if you ever
My sister loves that show.
It's pretty funny. There are a lot of San Diego people on it, so I had to watch.
Do you know any of them?
Well, one of them actually came to the Better Buzz opening. And Dane saw him.
Yes, you guys sent pictures.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Yes, for all of you guys who don't know, Dane is our mixologist, but in real life, his other job.
His title's very random, but he basically makes the menu for Better Buzz coffee and does a bunch of the other stuff.
You can buy the coffee and the pods on Amazon.
Yes.
It's such good coffee.
And you can get them at Target, I think, now.
Yes. For those on the East Coast who don't get Better Buzz, try it. It's really good.
They're working their way. They're going to Arizona and Nevada next. So they're crawling closer to us.
Making their way. Try it. Oh, man. So we asked ChatGPT today for a random icebreaker. So I legit wrote, hi, can you give us a random but funny icebreaker question? Thank you. And it wrote, of course, here's a quirky one. If animals could talk, which one do you think would be the most sarcastic?
A cat.
I was gonna say. Apparently, Bori has an answer.
Oh my gosh.
I actually was gonna say maybe Ricky, your dog, would be pretty sarcastic.
I don't know. He's pretty like baby, just innocent until he freaks out.
Though?
Until he freaks out, but
he was just literally trying to be on the podcast.
Yeah, you're right. I could see Penny being sarcastic.
Oh, I love Penny. I think we need to do a post on our Instagram of all of our pets.
Yeah.
Because we talk about them so much and they're not necessarily shown.
We should. We're going to.
Just to be like a little introduction to the pod peeps.
Yes. Yes.
Because they're so nutty.
Especially Bori. He's a star.
No, especially Maybe, because I even don't know what Maybe looks like.
She hides every day.
Also, my favorite fact about Maybe, and maybe I made this up, but Maybe was named after Maybe from Arrested Development, correct?
Yes.
Favorite fact ever.
I'm so glad you're a fan. Not many people know Arrested Development.
I love Arrested Development because Arrested Development is my family. I swear to God.
So good. That's amazing.
Yeah. My family is a mix of Arrested Development and Succession.
I need to meet your family.
No, you don't.
Those are my favorite shows. Both of those.
Just keep that fun idea in mind. You don't need to meet them.
Wait, speaking of Maybe, Dane had her before we started dating, and he found her in the snow with her brother. Like her brother ran up to them when they walked by and then brought them to her, and she was like freezing in a little ball as a kitten.
Oh my God.
On Christmas Eve, I think. And then they saved her and her brother. Isn't that cute?
That's the sweetest little thing. Wait, so what happened to her brother?
So this is disgusting, but Maybe and her brother made a kitten. They named Lil Wayne, and he was a special ed kitten. And
well, that happens.
And he's somewhere in the world right now. I don't know. He got adopted by someone, but yeah.
Okay, well.
Yep.
Thank you for sharing.
Thought you needed to know. I just think it's a cute story. It's very.
I don't know if cute is the word I would use, but I'm happy Maybe is safe. And she made it out of that snowbank. And
the baby story is not cute, but
no, but you know, the naming of Maybe is very cute. Now I understand why she's a Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the brother.
Yes.
It's so fitting.
So
fitting. Even think of that.
Yeah. And what a great segue with the date to explain what today's episode is about. Because we are talking about the Lawson Family Murders, which actually took place on Christmas Day, as well as another snowy and icy show we love to talk about, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and all the updates that have been happening on the show, as well as what's been happening in real time. Because
insane.
Honestly, for lack of a better term, it has been batshit crazy, guys.
It has been a roller coaster.
What is going on?
Changed my perspective on so many of them. Like,
yeah, I can't wait to talk so nuts. Cannot wait. But first, we got to step into our favorite part of the episode, which is Kaisa's Cocktail Corner. Did I say it right?
Cocktail Corner.
Yeah. Welcome to Kaisa's Cocktail Corner.
So this one is inspired by Salt Lake City. And it is Pink Prism Punch from the Prism Party that we'll talk about.
I love it.
The number of times she said prism, I can't.
Did you count?
Handle it. No, I really want to make an Instagram post showing every single time because it's crazy.
Do you have all your Instagram post ideas?
Yeah.
Kaisa's like our queen of Instagram, by the way, guys. She comes up with all the cool posts.
You are too. We both
no, but like you are, you kill it.
Thanks. It's fun for me. Okay, let me explain. This is Virgin because I've been on the Virgin, and it's like 10:45.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like, yeah, guys, don't forget all of our cocktails can be mocktails.
This is a mocktail for sure.
Yeah,
but if you want to make it with alcohol, it is white rum, guava lemonade, lemon lime soda, and a fruit garnish.
Also fitting with their Bermuda trip and Monica giving them all Bermudian. Is it Bermudian? Bermuda rum. You know what? My roommate in high school was from Bermuda. I should know how to say it, but that's
Bermudian. Whatever. I don't know.
Whatever.
All good. Well, yes.
Anyway, take a sip. It looks beautiful.
It's very summery, which I need because I'm freezing today.
In San Diego.
I know.
I want you to think about that.
I know. I'm a baby now.
Just take a moment. Yeah, you're from Wisconsin, moved to San Diego, and you're freezing in 70-degree weather.
Just fully acclimated to the baby weather sensitivity here.
I love my friends so much. Yet the ones in Southern California, when they complain about the quote unquote cold,
I know.
I tell them I love them, but I hate them at the same time because I am in the actual cold.
Yeah, you are.
Or what I like to call my version of the frozen tundra.
You are. Yes.
I can't really complain today because it's like 52.
Yeah,
which is
good.
Ungodly warm for December, but
people are wearing shorts probably. That's what they did in Wisconsin in the winter. Like once it hit 50, they were like,
I mean, I'm looking, so my view is I can actually see people like walking over a bridge.
Your view is beautiful.
Thank you. I'm very lucky. And everyone has coats on. Some people have vests. No shorts.
No shorts.
No shorts. Not yet, anyway. Maybe some runners later, but anyway. Shall we get into our crime?
Our Christmas crime, yes.
Our Christmas crime. Our first of many festive crimes we'll be coming up with for the month of December, because we decided what a better way to get into the holiday spirit than murder.
Than to talk about violent murders.
Violent murder. Trigger warning?
Trigger warning, we keep forgetting to do these. Yes.
Trigger warning. This definitely has murder.
Violence. Possibly some
incest,
yeah. Things that might trigger you.
Bumps in the night.
Proceed. Yeah, bumps in the night.
I don't know. I'm coming up with terms
at your own choice. And if it's not going to be good for your mental health, just fast forward to our
again, we'll put the timestamp in the description of the episode, because I heard from a listener, aka my mom, who said that in the Candy Killer episode, it was really helpful to have the timestamp because she is not the most into crime, but she loves reality TV. So she skipped right on ahead into the reality part, and she was very happy with it. So
let's do that.
She was like, that was so helpful. Thank you, girls. And I was like, you're welcome, Annette. No problem.
I'm sure there are a lot of people who are, because not everyone likes both things.
Exactly. So just because we do doesn't mean you have to. But I mean, you can always give it a shot.
Yeah, give it a try.
You might like it. Anyway, let's dive in.
Yes.
Join us in this riveting episode.
I mean, this story is crazy.
It really is.
I was very interested in it.
And it's in a state we haven't talked about yet. Finally. North Carolina. Put your hands up. Take your shirt off. Spin it around your head. No Nelly fans?
Yes. Oh, that's an old one.
Sometimes they just pop in.
I love it.
Okay, anyway. So, the Lawson Family Murders. Should we do a little background story? So, set the scene. December 25th, 1929. We're going back almost 100 years ago, people. Christmas, snow. Well, I guess no snow on the ground. I take that back.
No, there was snow.
North Carolina?
Wasn't there?
I don't know.
Is there snow in North Carolina? I don't know. I feel like I read something about him walking through the snow.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm going to read my notes maybe instead of just trying to do a Golden Girls moment.
There probably isn't snow. I'm looking it up.
So the Lawson Family Murders took place in Germantown, North Carolina on December 25th, 1929, in which sharecropper Charles David, aka Charlie Lawson, murdered his wife and 6 of his 7 children. So the family history: in 1911, Charles Lawson married Fanny Mannering, with whom he had 8 children. The third, William, was born in 1914, but he died of an illness in 1920. In 1918, Charlie followed his 2 younger brothers and moved his family to the Germantown area, where he worked as tenant tobacco farmer, saving enough money by 1927 to buy his own farm on Brook Cove Road. Before the murders, he took his family and their 7 children into town to buy new clothes and to have a family portrait taken.
This was like nuts because back then, that's expensive. That's like an extravagant thing. And they didn't have money. They were like a poor family. So
exactly. So doing that was pretty unheard of at the time. And I have some notes on that of why he did that as kind of like an alibi.
Oh, time. Interesting.
Oh.
Yes. He also told the kids there would be no Christmas presents because he had a big surprise for them.
Dun, dun,
which
dun.
is so creepy.
Very ominous. So on the afternoon of December 25th, he first shot his daughters, Carrie and Maybelle, as they were setting out to their uncle and aunt's house. He waited for them by the tobacco barn until they were in range and then shot them with a 12-gauge shotgun. He ensured they were dead by bludgeoning them and then placed their bodies in the tobacco barn. He returned to the house. He shot Fanny, who was on the porch. And then as the gun was fired, Marie, who was inside, and it was the eldest daughter, screamed. And then while the 2 small boys, James and Raymond, attempted to find a hiding place, Lawson then shot Marie and then found and killed the 2 boys. It is thought he bludgeoned the baby, Mary Lou, to death. And then he went into the woods and several hours later shot himself. The gunshot signaling Lawson's own suicide was heard by the many people who already had learned of the murders on the property and gathered there. It was supposed that he had been pacing around the tree prior to taking his life. The only survivor is his eldest son, 19-year-old Arthur, whom he had sent on an errand just before committing the crime. The bodies of the family members were found with their arms crossed and rocks under their head.
So bizarre.
So bizarre. So it's like he set them out as if he was burying them above ground.
I don't get the rocks as pillows thing. There's also a rumor that he put rocks over their eyes, but
I didn't hear.
No one knows. All these details got lost because it was so long ago. But that's like a sign of respect. Like you're murdering. Usually, people who murder someone they love, they like position their bodies in a respectful way or something, which is creepy. But like, it's a thing.
All of it's super creepy.
Yes.
Yeah. So you were talking about the photo.
Have you seen the photo?
No.
Oh.
Is it super creepy?
Everyone looks so unhappy.
Well, it makes
They're
sense.
all so, I mean, and I know it wasn't a thing to smile in photos back then, but they all look like weirded out, probably because their father was acting manic and crazy.
Yeah.
And
so
there are my dogs barking.
About the photo though, so you pointed out that.
What is that?
That's new.
What was that?
Sorry, guys. So we record on Zoom because obviously Kaisa and I do not live in the same place. And there's a new feature. I just did a thumbs up on my screen and like a thought bubble came up with a thumbs up. What just happened?
Does it do it for me?
Are you going to edit that out? Probably, but what?
Maybe. Yeah, that's
okay.
Crazy.
That's crazy. Okay. Yeah. So you were saying about the photo, how it was so unheard of at the time because it was so expensive and the family was considered working class because of their rural standing. However, because Lawson had purchased his farm 2 years previously, and together with the fact that an Associated Press wire went out on the day after the murders that characterized him as a well-to-do farmer, it would make the pre-Christmas shopping spree that they went on and the photo appear reasonable.
Oh.
So that could have been used as like a way of making it seem like this was a freak accident or something rather than planned.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I have the names and ages of all the kids.
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to list that, but
yeah, go for it.
They had 8 children. First of all, aren't they only in their like 20s or something?
I think the oldest was 19.
I mean, the parents, they were
they were
old.
like, no, they were young.
So this is crazy. They had one child named William who died of pneumonia. And then they had Marie, who was 17, Arthur, who was 16, Carrie, who was 12, Maybelle, who was 7, James, who was 4, and Raymond, who was 2, and then Mary Lou, who was 4 months old.
Eva's behind you.
A lot of children. It's a lot of kids, and also so sad. The babies, like, it's sad. All of it's sad, but to kill a 4-month-old, are you kidding? Like,
well, and to apparently have bludgeoned her to death.
Yeah.
To bludgeon a baby. Like,
that's
insane. And another speculation that came out of it as to why these deaths occurred is that apparently Charles Lawson had impregnated his eldest daughter, Marie. And it wasn't until the book White Christmas, Bloody Christmas was published in 1990 that the claim surfaced. So that was, I can't do math. Wait, I have a calculator. I'm going to do math quick. That was 1990 minus 1929. 61 years later.
And the only line of proof was that her friend, she had a sleepover with her friend, and her friend said that she told her that. And there's speculation that she told her family members about the pregnancy, and that's why he killed them all, because the secret came out. But no one knows for sure.
Yeah, her relative Stella Lawson, who had been interviewed for the book, said that she'd overheard Fanny's sister-in-law and aunts, including Stella's mother, Jetty, discussing how Fanny had confided in them that she had been concerned about the incestuous relationship. And then Jetty died in early 1928, meaning Fanny had been suspicious of the incest at least that long before the murders. And then Ella May, who had been a close friend, like you said, discussed that a few weeks before Christmas 1929. And so enough people were talking about it, whether it was in the family or close enough to the family, that it could have been true.
Yeah, it seems like the most likely situation. And it would explain like their looks in that photo. You've got to look at that photo. It's crazy.
Maybe we should post it too. I'm sure it's for use on Library of Congress.
It is. And it's on the cover of the book too. Or one of the documentaries. I don't remember. But they all look so disturbed and unhappy. Like if they all found out their dad was impregnating their sister or whatever.
Yeah. Ugh. And then the third thing is that Charles Lawson sustained a head injury, and some family and friends theorized that it had altered his mental state and was related to the massacre. But an autopsy and analysis of his brain at Johns Hopkins Hospital found that there were no abnormalities.
Right. And usually there are signs of that. They can find that. It sounded like that injury was pretty serious. He struck himself in the forehead with an axe, which is horrifying.
Himself?
Yeah. He
what?
Swung an axe into his face. Yeah.
What possessed him to do that though?
I don't know. It was an accident. It must have I could see it bouncing off something. Yeah.
Jesus. Sorry, it's December. I shouldn't say that.
We're offending people. I have some random weird facts.
I love random weird facts.
Oh, we should talk about when he was found. when the dad was found. Yeah, like you said, he had been pacing for hours. There were like footprints worn into the grass, and which I thought was snow. I don't know where I came up with that, but it does snow there. So I'm not lying.
Do we know anyone from North Carolina? Oh, Kaylee's from North Carolina. We can ask her if it snows there.
Let's ask her.
All right.
I think if they're in the mountains, it does. Anyway, he had been pacing and it was just worn out dirt in the ground, showing that he had just been walking around a tree for hours. He also had 2 notes on his body that were half written, and the first one said, "Troubles can cause," and the second one said, "No one to blame but." So he wasn't mentally well, obviously.
I mean, clearly he just killed almost everyone in his family, including himself.
Oh, there was another note, wasn't there?
I think he left one in the house.
Yeah. Let me find my note. Yeah, it says on his grave, it was like from his notes. It said, "Not now, but in the coming years, it will be in a better land. We'll read the meaning of our tears, and then sometime we'll understand."
I don't think we still understand that. No.
We don't.
No.
We do not, sir.
Sorry, sir.
Yikes.
I have some post-murder facts.
The brother.
Yes. Charlie's brother. Marion. I'll use my accent for that one. Marion. Lawson opened the home as a tourist attraction. And there was a cake that Marie had baked on Christmas Day that was displayed on the tour. And visitors who would go to the house began to pick at the raisins on the cake to take as souvenirs.
Also, who puts raisins on cake?
Back in the 20s, it was a thing, I guess.
Ew.
I mean, granted, now we don't do that. Well, I mean, I think some people still do.
Yuck.
Not my deal. Not my thing.
Not my jam. But anyway, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's at a crime scene.
Yeah. Finally, they put glass over it and got like a cake server. That
is kind of an iconic thing from this. It's just like the cake was taken out of the oven or wherever they were cooking it, and then it was on the table untouched.
Well, because they were acting like it was image. Yeah, it was like they were going about their day as if it was a normal Christmas day, and then no one was suspecting that they were about to get, shot upside the head.
Yeah.
All that. Yeah. And then the Lawsons were all laid to rest in a private family graveyard. The main tombstone features the symbol of the square and compass, suggesting that Charlie had been a Freemason. It's also pretty interesting. One of our favorite things that we've talked about on a previous episode, this murder actually inspired a number of songs and other tributes. The murder ballad, The Murder of the Lawson Family, which was originally recorded by the Carolina Buddies from Columbia Records in 1930 and covered by the Stanley Brothers in March 1956, as well as the Netflix series 28 Days Haunted from 2022, shows the place where the victims were embalmed and describes what happened. There you go. Some things to watch and listen to.
Interesting.
There
was another theory.
Another theory
that Charlie had a giant growth on his chest that was really painful, and they said it was like driving him insane. The amount of pain he was in. Yeah, and he might have just snapped because of that too.
I've been watching a lot of Chicago Med. I know I've been mentioning that a lot recently because I've been binge watching it.
I need to watch it.
And there's people on that show who have those types of things, and you can see them going insane.
Drives you crazy. Yeah. I can imagine. His other brother, random fact, died. The one that found him, Arthur, he found the family actually. He died in a freak truck accident at age 31. And he had kids and he was married.
What is going on with these people?
Isn't that weird?
It's weird.
And he might have known some things and never talked about it.
So do we think it's actually a freak accident?
A ghost. The ghost of Charlie.
Or do we think it's the son? Do we think the son knew something? And I don't know. I think we need to watch the documentary. Did you watch any of the documentaries or anything on it? I did not.
I think I did a long, long time ago. I don't remember any of it, but
I did not. I stopped at the reading portion because it was just kind of like, whoa.
Did we talk about this? The son? Oh. The son was named Arthur. So was that the one that died in the accident? Yes. It was his son who died in the accident, not his brother.
Oh.
So his son may have known some things and then
now there we go. There we
died.
go. Yes, that makes more.
That makes way more sense. Sorry, I'm so bad with names. But the whole thing with the son, they think that he spared him because he was like his favorite child.
That makes sense.
And he sent him into town to get bullets before he murdered everyone. Did you know that?
I knew he sent him to go on an errand, but I didn't know for what.
Yeah, shotgun shells.
Interesting.
And so he was in town buying shotgun shells, and the news about the mass murders got into town before he even returned. And so he was hearing like something terrible happened
while he was going to buy more bullets.
Shells. Yeah. Well, he wanted to go rabbit hunting. So it was for that. Supposedly. Yeah.
Interesting. Wow. I don't know how I feel about that.
I know. But they think a lot of people think he did that on purpose. So he would be gone.
Oh, totally.
The site of the farm is known to have lots of ghost sightings. Let's say the circular path around the tree was made in the snow. So it was snowy there.
It was snowing. Our North Carolina native is not responding either, but
we figured it out. There's snow there.
We didn't need you, Kaylee. She listened, so she'll hear it now.
Oh, this is interesting. And wow. Okay, this note also proves it. But there's a legend where their grave sites are that when it snows, the snow falls everywhere but Charles's grave.
Really? Mm-hmm. I love that kind of stuff.
I do too. It's interesting. Like, and what does that mean? I don't know. He's still hot from hell. I don't know.
He made such a mark.
Yeah.
On the land.
Interesting. So that was a crazy story.
Oh my God, I think we need to watch that documentary now. Hopefully it's still on Netflix.
Should we talk about Salt Lake City?
Where to even start?
I don't know.
These women, or should we say it like Danielle Staub? These women. I don't even know. They're nuts.
These women. Oh man. Yeah. There's so much. I don't even know. Like, oh. Whitney. I felt so bad.
I know. Should we
start with Monica?
We always start with Monica. Yeah, let's start with Monica. Love Monica.
I love her, but this craziness about her suing.
Yes. So I actually have details on the lawsuit.
Oh, tell me about it.
I have copious notes on Housewives. So I actually took notes on, I did like some episode recaps. I have some notes on the reunion that I found online, and I have some notes on this lawsuit. So the lawsuit was filed in August of this year, the year in Britney Spears 2023. Sorry, I always say that, but it just is what
I love it.
So it was filed by Beauty Lab and Laser LLC, which is obviously we know owned by Heather Gay and co-owned by that other woman.
Mm-hmm.
By Monica Fowler, which is Monica Garcia. I think that's her I think maybe her married name is Monica Fowler. She's accused of refusing to pay for a series of cosmetic injections she contracted for on December 10th, 2019. Almost a year before Salt Lake City even premiered, and more than 4 years before she joined the cast. Garcia agreed to pay $2,449 for the treatments and has to date paid only $449. Beauty Lab and Laser sued for the balance on August 14th. And a countersuit filed on September 13th. Garcia claims she owes nothing because she reached an oral accord to go to a competent party to fix the damage on Monica's nose and lips caused by the incompetent, negligent actions of Beauty Lab staff, and that she owes nothing more. She's also seeking damages of less than $50,000. To which then Heather took to social media to bash Monica. So we all know from watching the show, the two of them were very friendly.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it's speculated that this is what the big phone call is about. That Heather gets while in Bermuda, that there's a lawsuit that comes out, or a countersuit, and it's Monica.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So Heather came out on social media and said, our injectors are nationally ranked and leaders within the industry, and our legion of loyalty customers speaks for itself. This lawsuit in the press has no merit and is unfortunately a pattern of behavior from a desperate woman who, when unable to pay her bills, lashes out to avoid accountability. So don't think they're friends right now.
Well, did you see those social media posts from that year that a bunch of people shared of Monica sending her friends photos of her face and saying how much she loved it?
Yeah.
That's controversial.
Yes. And then after all this happened, you'd see like Meredith and her son Brooks being like, we love Beauty Lab. We always go there. Whitney was posting it. And then the reunion happened. And apparently everyone unfollowed Monica.
Oh.
Then the reunion happened. Now, if you go on Instagram, go to Monica's profile, go to who's following her. Meredith follows her again. Whitney follows her again.
Detective lady.
Well,
okay.
someone posted it on TikTok or Instagram or something, and I saw it.
That's super interesting.
Yeah. So something apparently at the reunion, this only plays a very small part.
Okay.
Which now comes to some digging I did on the reunion.
I can't wait for the reunion.
Me too, which is why I was like, yes, so much is happening on the episodes, but they already filmed the reunion. They filmed it like, what, 2 weeks ago or something?
I remember Andy posting about how exhausting it was.
Yes. So I have some quotes from Andy saying a couple things. So he posted on TikTok, like you said, and he said, we just wrapped, and he goes, Daddy needs a drink, 2 drinks. That was a lot. That was fucking dark and stormy from Bermuda. And then he checked his watch and he said, that's not the right page. Oh, I feel like my mother at my sister's wedding. I am very late to my dinner reservation with my parents, but that's
what happened at your sister's wedding? Sorry.
Oh, my mom was giving her okay. My mom always writes 'twas the night before Christmas every year, but she changes the words to like what happened during the year. And at my sister's wedding, she wrote 'twas the night before the wedding. But my mom got on stage and had all her papers and she like was tossing them. And she got on there and she like read one and she like thought she was going to the next one and she read it again and she was like, oh, I already read this one. And she like tossed it.
I'm obsessed.
So yes.
Amazing.
Yeah, so Andy said it's a killer reunion. And Mary also talked to a reporter and said that it's going to be really good. I mean, Andy screamed the entire time and she wants to come back for season 5 to defend Monica.
I kind of love their friendship, even though Mary's awful.
Me too. I love their friendship.
It's cute. And Monica like softens Mary a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. Andy also came out and talked about the seating chart for the reunion because there was so much buzz about Monica getting first chair.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, there's been a lot of buzz online wondering because Bravo put out the seating chart for the reunion and Monica was sitting next to me. And there was a lot of conversation about, has there ever been a first season housewife sitting next to me at a reunion? There have been quite a few. In 2014, this is the one I always remember. Kristen Taekman sat next to me on her first season of Roni. Andy named multiple housewives who've been given the first chair at their first reunions, including Marlo Hampton, Shannon Bedore, and Kenya Moore, among others. So this isn't like the first time this has happened. I think it's because Monica has just made such a controversial splash.
Totally. Yeah.
That it's happening. I think people are so used to it being like Heather and Whitney or like Heather and Jen. Like it's always been like people they're used to on this.
People either hate or love Monica with a passion, and it's being talked about everywhere. So of course, like she's the star. Honestly, she's the star of the season.
Yeah, it's true. Like
she really is.
Yeah, if she wasn't on there, I would be very confused.
It would be so boring.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and so much is happening around her too. Like all of this stuff between her and Lisa, and them continuing to just like put this like really non-sticky metaphorical band-aid on their friendship.
I'm so obsessed with Monica's impersonations of Lisa.
Oh my god, so good. Oh, Mary, how many carrots is that?
I love it. I love it.
I love it.
I don't actually think that's your real voice.
Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 2, how surprised were you that Whitney and Lisa finally got into a fight?
Yeah, that situation, it was just like made perfectly for Lisa to freak out.
It's inevitable that they were finally going to get into a fight. Like, I think it was a perfect storm. I think ever since they became friends, I was like, this is not going to end well.
And Lisa cannot handle anyone else having attention. And because her friend died, she was getting some attention from people and she can't handle that.
Yeah. And I think you see such a difference in just who people are in that such a short span of that episode.
Yeah.
And like what's the word I'm looking for? Like the genuine behavior you're seeing out of people too. Like the difference between how Meredith treated Whitney versus how Lisa treated Whitney. Like it was Meredith's event. And Whitney comes in. She notices that Whitney is not acting like herself. And she actually takes the time to console her.
Yeah.
And to like take care of her and be like, I'm so sorry. Like, this is your best friend that you just lost her. Like, let me take care of you in this moment. Whereas Lisa doesn't even like acknowledge her friend when she walks in. She like walks right past her because it's easier to do that for her.
Which some people don't know how to deal with that. But
I get that. But at the same time, like if this is supposedly like one of your best friends, like you still acknowledge their presence. Like you still have to say hi to them. You don't just walk right past them and like go talk to like Heather, who you are never friends with ever.
Right.
And all of a sudden you're going to act like you guys are super chummy and everything's great. And then when you finally do talk to Whitney, of course she's going to go blow up at you. And you think the right response is, oh, flowers are on the way to your house.
That was so dark. She's like, I don't want flowers. I want you. It's so sad.
That made my heart break.
Me too. I was like,
clearly she's telling you what she needs from you.
She's so like, surface level kind of narcissistic where she's just like, a gift, go away. I don't want to deal with your emotions.
Yeah. Like, it's like, it just really showed you the difference in what they need out of friendships and why their dynamic is not working.
Yeah. And everything Whitney did should be forgiven because you don't know, your headspace is so fucked when you lose someone close to you like that. Like, honestly, I don't think she should have gone to the party, but
yeah, I agree. But it happened so fast for her, and what she needed was clearly just her friends to just like have her back.
Yeah.
And it really showed you, like, Meredith showed her, like, listen, whatever has happened between us, like, that's in the past. I am here for you. And I mean, they were literally just going at it. Like a few weeks ago, they've been trying to mend their friendship. Meredith had her on the podcast. They're still trying to figure it out. And to be able to just be like, let's put things aside. I'm here for you, whatever you need.
Mm-hmm.
To then seeing this person who's supposed to be in your corner all the time to be like, I can't handle your emotions. Like, here's some flowers. Goodbye. Like,
ugh, that was sad.
It's devastating.
Very sad.
Yeah.
Did you let out an audible gasp when you saw Whitney and her husband in the car wearing matching Gucci shirts and sunglasses? Because I gasped.
Yeah, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me I feel like there's always that one couple on each franchise that does it.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Like Karen and Ray just did it on the pickleball episode of Potomac. I feel like Dorit.
That episode was wild, by the way.
I loved that episode. We have to talk about it.
Yeah.
PK and Dorit always seem to dress very similarly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's always like that one couple.
It was just funny.
Yeah. And like he's way too,
I don't like him.
I don't want to say old to be doing that, but like, come on, bro.
He's too pink and shiny to be doing that. Sorry.
Petty moment of the episode.
I just bring the immature, like shallow comments to this podcast.
I got my friend's mom listening to us because she loves what we talk about, and she was trying to figure out like how does she listen. And I told her, I'm like, by the way, every episode we have a moment where we're like we say one thing really petty, and she's like, oh my god, I love that. So I feel like we need to start doing like a thing that's like petty moment of the day.
Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah.
And we acknowledge it, so it makes it less.
It makes us better.
Terrible.
It makes us better. We're self-aware. It's fine. It's fine.
I know it's not okay to say, but
honestly, it kind of is. He is. You know what? He kind of reminds me of. You watched Kim Possible, right? Yes, we've talked about that. You remember the naked mole rat?
Yeah.
What is that?
Is him.
That creepy thing. Oh,
that is him.
The naked mole rat.
That is him. He just needs bigger buck teeth.
Yes.
And then it's him.
Yeah. I do feel bad for Whitney because she's like, I feel bad, but also like good for her at the same time because she's really trying to be open with like her friends and him and everything about all of her needs.
Yeah.
And she's being very vulnerable, and I'm giving her that.
Do you think their marriage will last?
I hope so for their sake, for just how they got into it.
I feel like Whitney could be really good on her own, but I don't know. Yeah. I can't picture her single. She seems very codependent.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I hope for their sake that it works out because of just how they ended up in the situation.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
The phrase, you lose them how you got them, is definitely a phrase for a reason.
And him not wearing a wedding ring and stuff. That's
that made me really nervous.
Yeah.
I think I know we talked about Mary and Monica's relationship. I think Mary giving Monica some advice was really nice about being like, you know, don't lose your mind with anyone. I think Mary may need to take her own advice. Which
Monica said.
Yeah.
She was like, she gives good advice, but she doesn't follow her own advice.
Yeah. And then I also appreciate, and this is why I know one of the reasons why I love Monica. I always appreciate how vulnerable she is and like how open she is with herself on the show as well as with her family, like making that photo album for her daughter about her biological father.
Yeah, that was sweet.
And being like, I don't want to keep this from my daughter. My therapist told me to always be honest with my kids because they'll end up figuring it out anyway. So let me be honest about this. So I thought it was really like, thought it was brave of her to be able to talk about that, because like that doesn't seem like a very easy conversation to be having, one with your own kid and two on national television.
Yeah.
And to also be like, yeah, I got pregnant really young. I married her dad. And then at a really young age, I decided to leave him because I found my daughter playing with a bag of Oxycontin.
Yeah.
And I knew it wasn't safe. And yeah, I was young, but I needed to do this.
Yeah, I like that she's totally honest and she's not covering it up like some people.
Yeah.
Try to make it look shiny and perfect.
Exactly. Because it's not
always like that. Yeah.
But I do love, like, her mom and her definitely know when they're going to be on camera, and they definitely like make sure they're ready to like rumble. Like, her mom totally knew she was going to be on camera in that full Burberry.
That had to be planned.
Oh,
some people are saying it was like they planned that.
100. There was no way she didn't know and showed up in the Burberry pants and the Burberry scarf. Come on.
I think that has happened in the past, but they were just like replaying. They were reacting it. I guess.
Okay. Agreed.
Her pigtails. I was like, ugh. Please. Sorry. That's another petty comment. She's too old for pigtails. Gotta say.
She's a nut though, so pigtails kind of fit.
It does fit her personality. Oh, I don't know. Mary, I kind of love how one of my favorite podcasts, they talked about Mary and they described her like a man with dementia who like when she leaves her house, she's very confused and rattled. But when she's in her home, she's very calm and put together.
Oh, yeah.
Clear. Like, it's very fitting.
Well, I mean, even her personal life is like so crazy.
Yeah.
Like with her son and everything, like
nuts.
So nuts.
Her son posting stuff on, did I send you that? Oh my gosh. Yikes.
Yep.
Posting guns and drugs and stuff. Yikes. I hope that's figured out. Yeah.
Me too.
Oh, Mary.
And Jen Shaw's trying to become quote unquote Jen Fonda in prison. And is training Elizabeth Holmes.
That is wild. I really want some kind of reality show filmed in prison, please.
I do too. Oh man. It never ends. These ladies are the gift that keeps on giving.
Meredith, I am obsessed with.
Same.
She the lines she's giving this season
she's like impeccable.
She just wants to be the villain and I love it. She's like, I'm not worried about it. Karma comes back. Like,
but she's also
the way she's saying them, it's so great.
But she's also not the villain. Like, that's
she's
the
coming
thing.
off as like a mobster though.
Yeah. The thing is like there really isn't a villain of this season.
No. Monica's being made into a villain. But...
yeah. But there really isn't a villain. It's just like catty women.
I just love her drama, I guess.
Yeah. And I think Lisa was blowing the whole Angie K thing out of proportion, to be honest. Because like women always hear rumors and stuff, and like there is no actual evidence that Meredith was the one starting the whole rumor about Angie K's husband.
No, it's like a known rumor in Salt Lake City. Everyone has talked about it apparently. So how are you feeling about Angie these days? Because I feel like my perspective has changed.
Yeah, I actually
like her.
I was gonna say I actually like her.
Yeah, this last episode I was like, oh, I like you. You're funny.
Yeah, I find her funny.
She's embracing her weird.
Yeah, she's embracing her kooky side.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying that.
Me too.
I find her funny. And like
I love it. Her house scares me. It's a little too sterile, but
yeah. I enjoy the fact that she really embraces her culture.
Yeah. It's really cool to see.
Yeah. And you know what? I think she knows. I just saw an Instagram post of her and Heather, I think in an airport, and Heather was like, Angie made me get these sunglasses, and they're like the stupid huge ones Angie wears. And it's like she's poking fun of herself. And I'm like, you know what? If she can do that, then I'm on board.
Yeah.
So
me too.
Yeah, I'm into it.
She's definitely embracing the things that I was judging her for originally.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah, you can tell she's comfortable with herself. And can make if she can make fun of herself for it, then I'm cool with it.
Yeah. And she's very forgiving of people, which I like.
Yeah. I appreciated her and Monica getting together and like her listening to her and letting her explain herself and like being that forgiving very quickly.
Unlike Heather, who has been very judgy of Monica's history.
Yeah,
she's like,
really judgy.
The comments she's making, it's like, geez.
Yeah, I'm finding it really weird how easily Heather is forgiving Lisa and how quickly she's forgetting how Lisa has treated her when it comes to how Lisa is treating Monica. Like at the Pioneer lunch, like clearly, clearly what Lisa is like the who's on your wagon game, which they knew was going to start some kind of bullshit.
That was
obvious. I think what Lisa said, her quote, I pulled up the quote because I was like, this is terrible. She said, well, I'm a big supporter of women. I would keep everyone, but the one that's the nastiest to women. So Monica, you would have to go just because you're wealthy and mean to women. So like, obviously,
so stupid.
Obviously, like that's hurtful. The way she said it is absolutely hurtful. And the way that Heather is then like, it's just a game. Like, I'm sorry. If Lisa said that to
Heather
you,
knew that would start. Yeah.
But like, if Lisa said that to her, she would 100% have a fit. And like, that's happened before.
Yep. Yeah. So, you could see Heather getting like excited that there was a fight starting too. And that was like cringy, you know?
Yeah. I feel like I'm starting to see the cracks in Heather that they are pointing out at the last reunion.
Someone's butt every season. And now it's Lisa. Yeah. Unfortunate. I wanted to love Heather, but
I used to really love her, but now I'm starting, like you were saying, like there's some people your feelings are changing on. Yeah, I'm starting to like Angie, and I'm starting to not like Heather as much as I used to.
Same. That always happens in every franchise, though.
Yeah,
it evolves so much.
So much. It's crazy how it happens. Yeah, and I mean, I don't know how many episodes we have left. Do you?
I'm guessing like 2 or
only
3.
2. Should I Google quick?
Aren't we on episode like 11 right now? What are we on?
There's 16 altogether.
Oh, okay.
There's 4 left.
Okay. Perf. Yay.
4 more episodes.
And then the reunion's gonna be good.
And Andy said he wouldn't be surprised if it's a 3-part reunion.
You know, I mean, that's great.
You know it's a good reunion if it's a 3-parter. You know it's been a bad season if it's a 2-parter.
Have there been 1-part
back in the day?
Okay.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
I remember when Jersey was when it was like the first time they did a 2-parter.
It was crazy.
It was New Jersey season 1. I was like, whoa.
Oh my God. Jersey Emmy has been so good.
Yes.
I don't know why I thought that was Jersey for a sec.
I think we need to do maybe next episode we just do a whole like mega episode on Miami, because we have like crime stuff on Miami and actual like Miami stuff.
Let's do it.
What do you guys think? Maybe we'll do a little poll action.
It has been so good.
It's been so good. And obviously there's just been so much drama and the cops are involved and
a giant fight over farts.
Yes. And I think maybe that's where we go next week's episode. What do you guys think? We'll put a poll up on the Instagram. We'll check it out, see what you guys think. Any recs? How we always end our episodes? Any ideas?
Recs.
Watch everything we're talking about, guys.
Love Has Won.
Yes.
Is wild. Alex recommended it to me and we binged it the whole, like, in one night.
Craziest docuseries I've watched in the longest time. We're going to talk about it on an episode.
We have to. Yeah.
Before the end of the year, we're going to talk about it on an episode. It is nutso. But yes, 10 out of 10 recommend. It's on the HBO/Max platform.
Yeah. Wild.
It is wild. It's only 3 parts. They're like 50 minutes each. Check it out.
Robin Williams is telling you to watch it.
Yes, so. Robin Williams, Prince, Trump. Yeah.
So
maybe you won't want to if he's telling you, but yeah, definitely check it out. It is crazy. But yes, we'll put a bunch of stuff on our Instagram. We'll put a poll up about the Miami episode. Also, we're going to be putting some stuff up there about asking you guys what you want to see in season 2, because season 2 is going to be starting in January.
Yes. So and we have some exciting new things coming.
Yes. A lot of new surprises coming your way. We're really pumped about it. Kaisa and I are going to be pumping out some new things over the holiday break, because we're going to take we're going to take maybe 1 week off of posting, so we have a downtime. But we love it too much. And just thank you guys for listening.
We'll be around.
We'll be around. Let's face it. We can't stop. We love it too much. But yeah, thanks again, you guys. Another fun episode. Don't forget, like, subscribe, follow, do all the good things. Get on Instagram. Yes, leave us a review. We will read it. Don't forget. Just like that one that said, you don't read the news anymore. You just listen to us.
We're just going to keep bringing that up.
We're going to keep bringing that up. Yes, too funny. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Crime Cocktails and BS, because we post some good shit over there. We have a good time. And we celebrate every time we hit a new 100 followers. Yeah. Maybe we're going to do a giveaway at 500. So
maybe we will.
Maybe we will, because we appreciate the people.
We love you.
We love you guys. All right. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.